Coming into today's play, change your mind Monday. NBA Western Conference, which is just such a broad brush, a roller, if you will. Anything change your betting mind over the weekend, whether it was Denver, Sacramento 4-back, Memphis 4-back at the start of today's play? Denver's 5-5 in their last 10, as are now Phoenix and the Clippers. Phoenix entered 5.5 back of the 9.5 back of the top spot. The Clippers 10 back of the top spot. You got Dylan Brooks with the Memphis win over the Warriors over the weekend, and you see him staring down anybody who got into his vision. And then he held his adorable daughter during the post-game interview, which I know makes Trista so happy.
Love it.
She had her headphones on, and meanwhile her dad is just mean-mugging at everybody.
Yeah.
Two things. One, Denver's going down. Denver's going down early.
Yes.
Mine changed.
Mine
Forget the top seed.
Mine is changed. Denver's going down early, and they're probably going down by the LA Lakers. And that is like a Lakers will get LeBron back if he's healthy. That will be a very
side with the Lakers. Let's go.
very gross matchup.
Coach Ham added that over
They
the
could
weekend.
also go down. They could also go down. They could also go down to OKC Thunder, who are just very clearly in the 8th spot right now. I know, but that would be a fun matchup. I don't like Denver. I think Denver is a complete fraud. Just not a good team whatsoever. And then two, our Dubs I think are dead. Our Dubs, I think, are dead. I'm sorry to say it. I got into a little war on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter.
So today that ends in Y for you.
Today that ends in Y about what's going on with Andrew Wiggins. There was a lot of dirty, filthy rumors spread about him that were not true, that I did some verification on. And Andrew Wiggins' girlfriend, swear to God, got into my mentions and was like, thank God that you're telling the truth and telling people that this is not true.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, who are you to say? And she's like, I am Andrew Wiggins' girlfriend. Andrew Wiggins is not coming back.
Yep.
He's probably not coming back for the playoffs. He's definitely not coming back for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Whatever's happening with him, which I can't speak on, is holding him back from getting back to the team. The Warriors are cooked. They can't do anything without him. They can't win on the road, which we've known. But they just still have the arrogance of a champion, and yet they're playing like a paltry play-in team. Those are my two takeaways.
My mind has been changed even more on the Warriors. Not just that you said, that I do agree, and it sucks because I bet them to win the title, and I don't want to count them out. But it's not just that they can't win on the road. It's that the Grizzlies are in their heads. The Grizzlies have gotten in the Warriors' heads now, and every time they play, Dylan Brooks has all the confidence in the world and does not have the resume that Draymond Green has, does not have that team, the Grizzlies, does not have the resume the Warriors have. But you know what? They come to play, and they've made this a rivalry. And it's getting to the point where if you didn't have what happened in the playoffs last year with the Warriors, it'd almost be a one-sided rivalry in the regular season because it's been all Grizzlies. I mean, they're pushing the Warriors around. They're making them look like a team that is 5 years older than what they are. I don't know what's gotten into the Warriors, but it's past the point now of it just being bored in the regular season. We're too close to the playoffs for this to be about boredom. This team is too good and too experienced to understand. You've got to get good playoff positioning. You got to get home court advantage because you cannot win on the road. It's why I faded them again tonight, plus 11.5 Houston. Take that against the Warriors. But I just... Their opportunity to show everybody we're still the Warriors is against the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies pushed them around more than Tennessee pushed around Duke over the weekend.
Yeah, and you still have Klay Thompson being like 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. Who cares? You're losing right now.
Yeah. Actually, that was the point that I was going to make. Like, I think the Warriors are dead, and who cares? Like, it's not their year because, like, they went all in last year. And I think last year winning that one was so important for Steph and Klay. Even though they won that first one without Kevin Durant, there were the people that said, Steph needs Kevin Durant, or Steph's never been the best player in a finals series. I thought last year was huge for the Warriors, and they weren't the favorites. Everybody liked Boston. They had a 2-1 deficit in the finals. I didn't think they were the better team. Like, Boston was beat up. Marcus Smart wasn't fully healthy, and Jason Tatum wasn't healthy in that series. So I think just winning last year, like, build the statue right now, Steph and Klay. It doesn't really matter this year. They'll probably end up winning one in 2 or 3 years with Steph still. Maybe he's coming off the bench because he could still play like 4 or 5 years.
And they're going to move Jordan Poole.
And I thought Klay was like finished last year. Klay had some really nice nights. He looks good. Yeah, he looks like kind of Klay again. So, like you said, they have assets to move. It sucks that none of those picks ended up working out, really. But I think it's fine that they're dead.
I thought they were in a great spot.
But they are
that
dead.
transition.
And I've known that they're dead all year. It's coming down to, is Phoenix going to be healthy enough to make a run, a.k.a. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker are going to be on the court, Or I think the Clippers are going to, even with Russ, I think
You
the
love that
Clippers, I
Clippers
think
team.
talent finally takes over with Kawhi and Paul George. If Russ is a liability in the playoffs, they're
They'll
not
just
going
bench him.
to. They're going to
Yep.
say, "Give me the damn ball." Like Kawhi isn't going to allow Russell Westbrook to turn the ball over 11 times and a half.
And what
It's
we've
not
seen with
happening.
Ty Lue is Ty Lue's such
Neither
a
will
good
he.
coach.
Yes, thank
He'll
you.
just say, "I'm sorry, Russ. This matchup." Like remember, Zubac started one series, didn't play at all the next series.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nick Batum. He had Nick Batum starting at the 5. Then he had him playing on the wing, and then he wasn't playing at all. It just all depends on who you play. And if Russell Westbrook's a liability, Russell Westbrook will not be in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It is incredible though how the Warriors have completely They're two different teams on at home and on the road. Defensively, they're horrible. Their point differentials plus +0.2. That's it. Like they're giving up a ton of points. And on the road, it's like they just forget how to play defense. They give up these wide open shots. They're missing defensive assignments. They're getting beat off the dribble. I don't know what it is, but watching them on the road versus at home is a totally different thing. At this point, you've got to win every single playoff game at home, but then also have home court advantage. And they're like, you got to have the 1 seed to be able to do that. So like the math doesn't add up for this team, and it drives me nuts because I'm one of the people that's been from all last year. Hey, the Warriors are still the Warriors when they're healthy, but now it's looking like they just look like an old team whose windows is closed.
Well, I think that's the problem, right? Like Steph and Clay, I mean, they haven't been healthy all season, and Steph's going out there and still giving you 50. The problem is the young guys.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Poole has his championship ring, some money now. Some of those guys got paid. Wiggins isn't there. We forget how important he was. They don't win the finals without him. He was the best player.
Jordan Poole wants to go to a place like Charlotte and just be the guy, right? With like
He'd be
LaMelo.
very good in Charlotte.
That should be
actually.
fun to watch, wouldn't it?
LaMelo and Jordan Poole.
Oh, that would be fun.
I like it.